to your room until you calm down. So the children, the children suck up this emotion, because we have now learned that when you express that emotion, it leads to shame, it leads to embarrassment, it leads to punishment. So you learn to bottle it up. And now as adults, we are married, we are mommies, we are daddies. When you're angry with your partner, instead of expressing it healthily, you're either keeping malice or having an outburst, because you have been suppressing it for so long that you can no longer contain it, and then you erupt. The worst thing is, if you're angry with your coworker, then you cannot express it emotionally, you bring it home and you unleash it on those innocent children. You're not helping them. So to be able to teach our children emotional intelligence, we need to do our own inner work of emotional intelligence too. Okay? Our role is to teach, but in order to teach effectively, we need to do our own groundwork. We need to do our own groundwork so that we can show our children how to be a better person and how to manage their emotions. We can help them build the emotional intelligence skill. Okay? The good news is it is never too late or never too early to start learning and building the emotional intelligence. So whatever your age is, as a parent right now, you can learn it. Because the good news is emotional intelligence is a skill. It is a skill like going to learn tailoring, going to learn to read, going to learn product designing, learning marketing, learning any skill. Emotional intelligence is also a skill. So it can be learned. You can teach a child to learn how to cook. You can teach a child emotional intelligence. And you as the mommy, as the daddy too, you can learn emotional intelligence. It's never too late. So you need to do this to be a better parent for your children. You need to learn emotional intelligence to be a better spouse, to be a better daughter to your parents, to be a better friend to your friends, to be better employees, to be better bosses to your employees, to be better employee to your boss, right? To be better co-workers. Emotional intelligence is really important, okay? So it is never too late for you to learn, and it is never too early to teach your children. You can begin to teach emotional intelligence from infancy, okay? From baby that you are carrying in your arms, you can teach them emotional intelligence. Now, what does emotional intelligence look like for a child? What does an emotional intelligent child look like? An emotional intelligent child is not a child that never cries. It is not a child that never gets angry. And or even adults, right? An emotional intelligent person is not a person that never gets angry, that is always calm. Emotional intelligence child still expresses every emotion, like every emotion, because they know that it is safe to express the emotions, right? Emotional intelligent child can express anger, frustration, can cry, can do whatever, feel whatever emotions they are feeling, and they know how to express it in an appropriate way. The difference is that they begin to learn how to do it well. They recognize what they are feeling. When they're feeling angry, they can know that this is anger. And my anger is telling me to do this. Okay, like I tell my children, if you're angry and you throw things, your anger has controlled you. At that point that you're throwing the thing, you're not the one that is reasoning for yourself. So you have to let your children recognize what you're feeling right now and articulate, especially if your children are, little, like 8 and downwards. It is, even if they're older, you can still use the same strategy for them so that they have a bigger picture. right? And be able to manage those emotions. You let them know when you feel angry or you feel sad and you are reacting a certain way, it is your emotion that is trying to control you in that time. You're not yourself. So it helps when you articulate it. When you are angry and you say, I'm so angry right now, I feel like doing this, right? I feel like throwing something, or I feel like kicking this ball, or I feel like, say it out. When you say it out, it has helped you. It would help you gain more control because you say it out loud. You will hear it yourself and you will know, no, this is not how I want to handle this. This is not how I want to handle this. Then you channel that to what you really want to do. So you have to explicitly teach your child to recognize what they are feeling, to recognize their feelings. Or I am angry, or I am upset, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling stressed, or I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling something, but I don't know it. If they're able to tell you these things, you have won the first battle. Right? Now, the second thing is now to teach them how to express it appropriately. So when I feel like this, when I feel angry, and my anger is telling me to kick, well, then, but I don't want to kick. So what do I do? You have to give them a solution. You have to give them how you want them to express those emotions, the appropriate way that is acceptable, right? So you have to tell them this is what you do. Like for my son, when we started learning emotional intelligence at about age 4 or 5, when he's hungry, he wants to scream, he wants to punch, right? I told him, you will do like this. I'm so happy, right? That's how we would do as a 4-year-old. Now he's 8. I have also teach him again. The I am so angry shouting, we have removed that. So depending on your child's developmental level, it's not particularly age, but developmental level, you would teach them the actions that is acceptable or that they can replace the negative actions with when they feel negative emotions, right? And to balance things up, I'm not demonizing anger and frustration, right? I also bring happiness in. Some people can be so happy that they kill themselves unintentionally because they are so excited. Oh, they jump and land on the floor. They jump and they hit and they hang their head on the fan, or the fan cuts them, right? So happiness, excitement, anger, frustration, sadness, all of that, they are all emotions and they are the same. They come and for a little while, then they go. They come for a little while and they go. No emotion will stay with you forever. They will go, another one will replace another one, another one will replace another one. And you can also be, most of the time we are in the state of not having a particular emotion. We are in the state of neutral emotion. So you need to balance this house. Don't focus on only the negative because they begin to associate the negative emotions with, oh, the emotion is bad. No, you have to also mention to them when you are happy too, when you're excited, this is what you should do. We need to explicitly tell them exactly what you want them to do. Exactly what you want them to do. Now, for my daughter, when she's hungry, what she does is come and look for me and hug me. Right? It is different from the brother at the time that, fold your arms. Because when she's angry, she cries and shouts. She doesn't throw things, she doesn't punch things, so she doesn't need her hands folded, but she cries. She feels like she's crumbling, right? I see it in her. I feel like I want to crumble. So instead of crumbling and crashing herself on the floor, I say, come and look for me and hug me. And if it is in school and I'm not there, go look for a teacher and say, I'm so angry right now. I am so sad. I want to hug myself. Then you hug yourself, okay? Or hug your bag, or hug he has a little teddy like the Labubu thing that she hangs on her bag to cuddle. So when she's angry, when she's sad, she cuddles. Okay? So you teach your children exactly what you want them to do with their emotions. So the first thing is teach them how to recognize what they are feeling. When they feel a certain way and they are misbehaving for it, or maybe crying, maybe not a misbehavior, maybe they're crying or whatever. Oh, I see you're sad about that. I will feel sad about it too if I don't get what I want. Now, this is what we can do. Then you redirect them to what they can do. When you do this consistently over time, they imbibe it themselves and begin to do it themselves. So they would recognize their emotions. They will know that if I'm feeling like this is what it means. They'll be able to put a name on it. Secondly, they will know how to express it appropriately. And appropriate by age might be different. The way they're handling it appropriately as a 4-year-old, when they become 6-year-old, might not look appropriate anymore. You have to change it again and say, okay, I see that you're angry now. Okay, now this is what you should be doing, right? If you feel like this. So you watch your child as they grow up, okay, you change the response to the emotions. Okay, understand how their emotions make others feel. Emotional intelligent child will understand how their emotions affect others and understand how others' emotion affects them. And again, what to do with it. So if somebody else is sad and that makes you sad too, because my son is very emotional being. He's a very emotional being. That's why it was very important for me to start teaching him emotional intelligence from a very young age. If his sister is sad, he immediately gets the sadness too. He will just start crying. I'm like, I'm persuading this one. What happened to you too? Did you get hurt? No, Pilar is sad. I'm like, okay, okay. Pilar is sad. You're sad too because your sister is sad. Okay, Bele, I'll hug both of them, right? Now, I never correct the way they choose to express emotions when that emotion is still present. Because at that time, like I said earlier, as children, their reasoning part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, is still developing. It's not, they lack solid reasoning. And to top it off, when emotion has taken over, the reasoning part of the brain has shut down. So in that time, it's not the time to lecture, it's not the time to correct, it's not the time to discipline. No, it is the time to co-regulate with them, to calm things down. All right? After the fact, when everybody is calm, when those emotions are not present, it doesn't matter if it's happiness or sadness or excitement. After the emotion has passed, that's when we address it. Earlier, when you were excited, I saw how you fill in the blank. That's not exactly appropriate. This is what we'll do next time you feel like this. Understood? And then you practice. So show me. If something like this happened and you're excited about it, how do we do? You let them show you how they will do. So they actually rehearse it. And then when the emotion comes, sometimes they forget during the learning phase, right? Sometimes they will forget, sometimes they will remember, right? So when they forget, there is no need to shout or correct them or whatever. Ashley, you just signal to them, remember, when you're excited, this is what you do. Oh, remember, when you're angry, this is what you do, right? You just simply nudge them. And because you had that conversation when their brain is settled earlier, or days before, months before, they just immediately get into it. And it becomes part of them as they have more time to practice. Sometimes I create situation. When I am teaching my children things like, this is our focus, this is our goal now, I don't wait until situation naturally happen, because it can stretch, right? It can stretch. They might not have that opportunity for a long time. I don't want to be waiting for so long time. So I manufacture situations. Sometimes I tell my husband, I am in the phase of deliberately frustrating my children. Okay? So sometimes I deliberately frustrate them. Sometimes that is what they call intentional parenting, because I know what I'm aiming for. I know what I am doing. Sometimes it is something that I don't mind them having. I would just want them to feel the disappointment because it is part of my plan. It's part of the plan that for 3 months, this is what we are learning. For the next 5 months, this is what we are learning. So if the opportunity does not naturally present itself, I create the opportunity. I create the opportunity. If we are working on jealousy, I'm going to intentionally favor one child against the other and see how they behave. And because I know this is intentional, it doesn't matter how they behave. If they it's just for me to note, okay, so this is how they do it. And after that emotion dies down, we revisit it and say, okay, now this is wrong. Oh, you did very well. When this happened, you did well. I see that. Okay. So you intentionally teach your child how to understand their emotions, how to understand how their own emotion affects other people, how other people's emotion affects them, how to recover from setback. This is how you know children that are emotionally intelligent. From age 2, I have always been telling my children, mistakes are okay. When they make mistakes, oh, we made mistake, that's okay. We play around it. Now they make a mistake. If somebody else tells them, oh, you spilled that. I said, it's okay. It's a mistake. Mistakes are okay. Show you for a few seconds, right? This is how you build children that bounce back from setback. You have to be intentional. You cannot afford to parent randomly in this age anymore. No. Okay? And you teach your children to solve problems without being controlled by every emotion, right? By every emotion. If something happened, they're reacting emotionally. There is something they cannot get or they cannot reach and they feel bad about it. It's okay. Yes, even us as adults will feel bad about not getting something, but we don't cry for every little thing that we could not get. Do we cry to God in private? Of course, yes, maybe for some things, but it is not every time we pray, we cry too, right? So your children they're going to try, they're going to fail, they're going to try, they're going to fail, but you continue to bring them, to provide them opportunities to experience that again and again. Because again, for children, maybe still for adults, the best way to teach is to experience. The best way to learn is to experience. When my children don't want to do things, I tell them, how do we learn? I say, by doing. And they grumpily go do it. It doesn't matter to me if they do it grumbly. They did it. And the more they do it, if they do it about 5 times, it becomes easier for them. I'll remind them the first time they did it that they felt like it was so hard, I cannot do it. Now that you did it, how does it feel? Easy, right? Because you have done it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Now it doesn't feel as hard. And the next thing they want to do that feels hard again, I remind them the last thing they have just achieved and conquered. Remember when you were learning this and it feels like you can never know it, but now you can even say it while you're sleeping. That is how this is. So it feels so hard now, but if you do it again and again and again, about the 6th time, it becomes easy. Oh, that's true. And they started doing it excitedly, right? So emotional intelligent child does not mean a child that doesn't express emotions or that doesn't feel emotions. Okay, some emotions are going to make you uncomfortable. It's going to make them uncomfortable. But as a parent that is intentionally teaching their children to thrive, we should never encourage our children to suppress their emotions. We should help them name it, label it, recognize it, feel and know what your emotion is telling you to do. Oh my, I'm so upset. I feel like screaming at you. Okay. And we show them how to express these emotions in a better way. Tell them, no, the way you're doing it is not right. This is how you do it. But of course, we should also expect that just telling them that does not automatically mean they will begin to handle it like that. There will be period of try and error. They would get it today. In fact, in the same day, they will get it and not get it. They will get it and not get it. So make sure you are presenting them with enough opportunity to experience that, to practice, fail, redo it, practice, fail, redo it, right? That is how you get the best out of your intentionality. Now, let's look at 5 ways to build emotional intelligence at home. I've mentioned some of them. Number 1 is help your child name their emotion, right? So instead of asking what's wrong, you actually give a name to it. Oh, I can see you feel disappointed that you cannot get the second ice cream. Yeah. 1 ice cream today, and that's it. We're not getting the second one. Done. Are they going to cry? Yes. Are you going to feel uncomfortable with that? Yes. Are they going to be genuinely sad? Yes. But you're going to stay on business. You're going to hug them if they need to, right? But allow them to feel their disappointment. My children, when we're in the time, in that era of me deliberately frustrating them, right? They will remind me of the time when I have allowed them to take second ice cream. Because maybe this time it is not the second ice cream that I don't want them to take. I just want them to feel the disappointment. Period blank. Right? Say, mommy, but why did you allow me to take it the other day? I said, well, right? Today you got it that day. Today you're not getting it. It is disappointing. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. They feel disappointed, they cry, and all of that. I don't interfere in it. I just pacify them. You need a hug, you want some minutes. It's okay. If you need me, I am here. If you don't want to hug me right now. Right? My daughter will always go for the hug. My son will say, I need a minute. He will go and sit down in the corner. It's okay. And when he finishes sitting down in the corner that he feels better, I say, Mommy, can I hug you? I hug him. And after the emotion have settled, I refer to that. I said, I do not mind giving you second ice cream, but I just wanted to see how you handle frustration. If you handle it well, I say, and you impress me, you handle this very well. So now you can go and get that ice cream. Or if you didn't handle it well, I can say, and you didn't handle it well, you did like this. That was not right. That's not how I taught you to handle frustration or to handle disappointment. This is how I'll remind him again. This is how you now handle it next time. Okay? And the ice cream stays not taken. That's just an example. It's not only about ice cream, right? I hope you get that. Okay? So you help them give it name. Oh, I see you're frustrated. Oh, I see that is disappointing. Oh, you seem nervous, right? The more emotional vocabulary you give them, the easier it becomes for them to express themselves, because they will know, oh, this is how I'm feeling. Okay, this is how I will express it, right? And if they see emotion in other people, they will know, oh, this person is feeling like this. And then he's behaving like this. Oh, he's letting his emotion control him. My children come home and tell me this, right? Oh, this person did like this in school. He allowed his emotion to control him. Yeah? Sometimes when I lose my cool, my son tells me, oh, mommy, you're letting your emotion control you. And I immediately recompose myself. I said, that's right. Thank you for pointing that out. I allowed my emotion to control me. That wasn't right. I'll take a minute to revisit this conversation later. Right? That is sometimes if I maybe just shut things down, right? So giving your children the emotional vocabulary and connecting it with their behavior allows them to spot it in themselves and spot it in others and know exactly what to do, right? You teach them. You have to explicitly teach children and give them the exact words, the exact action they should take in some situations, okay? In some situations. And every emotion is allowed in my home, but every behavior is not allowed. This they have to understand. In my home, every emotion is allowed. You can be angry, you can be frustrated, you can be nervous, you can be happy, you can be excited, but not every behavior is accepted. You cannot behave in a certain way because you're excited. Screaming, no, we're not going to be doing that. You can shout, but screaming like, that disturbing kind of scream, no, we don't do that when we're excited. You can, show your body language, but jumping excessively, running around and screaming, no, we're not about that, right? You show excitement in an healthy way. You show anger in an healthy way. And every emotions, right? So give your children vocabulary for the emotions. This allows them to know how to express. Point it out in other people, and even in you'll be shocked. I am no longer shocked, right? I just welcome in it. I welcome the feedback like I would expect them to welcome my feedback, right? And we move on from there. So again, all emotions are welcome, but not all behaviors are welcomed. That is the second way to build emotional intelligence in your home. So they know that they are comfortable to express emotions, but they have to watch how they behave. Now, number 3 is model emotional intelligence yourself. This is maybe the most important part of everything we're talking about, because your children will learn far more from what you do than what you say. Far more from what you do than what you say. So imagine that at that certain time when my child says, Mommy, you're letting your emotion control you. Maybe it was because I was yelling at them, or because I was throwing things at them, or whatever. They will learn to do that. Yes? They will learn to do that. And then you're wondering where you're learning that from. I mean, they learn it from the way you treat them, the way you treat your spouse. They learn it from the way you treat other people, the way you treat your house help, the way you know, when you're angry at your house help, what do? Maybe you're conscious with your spouse, maybe you're conscious with your children, but when you're talking with your gate man, when you're talking to that sales person at the store, or when you're driving, another driver drives roughly, how do you express your anger? How do you express your frustration? Or even with your children, when they make mistakes, what do? Right? They learn from what you do. So you should be conscious to express your own feelings in a healthy way. Say, oh, I'm feeling so overwhelmed right now. I think I'm going to take a minute. I'll come out when I feel better, right? Many times when I'm doing studies with my daughter, oh, that girl, she knows how to frustrate me when we're doing studies, because she wants to talk about every other thing except the study. She will chat, and I feel anger boiling in my heart. I will be feeling it like this, like, focus and finish this thing. Study that will take 20 minutes to spend like 2 hours is always frustrating to me, especially when I was teaching her to read. Oh my God. If we read one sentence, she will pause and extend that sentence. Oh, Mommy, like this, like that. Okay, the sentence says like this. Oh my goodness. She wasn't doing anything wrong, but the fact that she's stretching the things and she's explaining, she's so excited, it makes me really angry. Again, I boast that I'm an emotionally intelligent mother, but I feel that. So going back to our previous points, that emotionally intelligent child, emotionally healthy child is not a child that doesn't feel emotions. Okay, but not only child, even adults, emotionally intelligent adult is not the adult that doesn't feel the emotion, but it's the adult that knows how to express that emotion in a healthy way, how to handle it, how to control it. So when I feel that anger, I know not to bottle it, because if I keep bottling it, like, okay, I'm taking a deep breath. Okay, no. Eventually, I will not be able to bottle it. I will erupt. I will beat her. So I know not to do that, because why would I beat a child for making mistakes during studies, or for talking during studies, or for, like many other things that another parent would have beat their child because they're not emotionally intelligent. I will stop the study at that time. Pilar, I am getting really angry because you're stretching this so much. I think we'll close this now. Continue your study alone. I'll come back later when I'm better. So she'll continue to read. I mean, she knows how to read already, but I want us, it's a bonding time for us to, read together, correct some of the mistakes she will make and all of that. So I'll leave her to it. I'll walk away until I cool off, then I'll come back with the expectation that, this is how it will be. This is what she will do. I'm not going to get angry anymore. But that anger that I felt in that time, that has built up, I don't allow it to erupt in me misbehaving. I take time off. So I say it out to her. I am feeling really angry now about this attitude you're putting up. But because she's not doing anything wrong, it's not something that I need to correct. It's just how it makes me feel. Right? I'm not correcting her for that because she's doing nothing wrong. But despite that she's not doing anything wrong, it's not how I expect. It's not how I prefer the study should go. So it annoys me. So I am the one that had to take care of myself, right? So you want to show your children by modeling how to handle their emotion. So now when they're playing, the brother and the sister are playing and something annoys the other, I'm very angry with this thing that you do. I'm stopping this play. We'll continue when I feel better, right? Modeling. Sometimes when you model something so good, you will begin to see yourself in your children. They'll be giving you your exact words. And you'll be wondering, what? So these children are paying attention. They do. They pay attention to what you do far more than what you say. Okay? So don't find it hard to say, oh, I was wrong. I am sorry. You are building their emotional skills. Okay? You are teaching them emotional intelligence in real time. Okay. The next point, which is the fourth one on the 5 things to do to teach your child emotional intelligence, is talk about emotion when everyone is calm. I think I must have mentioned it while I have been talking, right? You don't wait until your child is having a meltdown or try to teach them or try to correct them when the meltdown is at hand, when they are currently feeling the meltdown. When they are currently having a meltdown, I mean to say, when they are currently feeling the emotion, that is not the time to teach you. It is time to co-regulate, right? It is time to allow them feel that emotion. Let it out, let it pass. Let it out, let it pass. Once it passes and everybody is calm, it can be at dinner time, maybe many hours after the incident. Right? It can be during a car ride. Maybe you're taking them to school, you're going shopping, you're picking them from school, whatever it is. It can be while you're taking a walk, right? It can be after you read a story. You can use that story to teach emotional intelligence, right? You can say, oh, how do you think that character felt when this happened? Oh, when that happened, the character did like this. What do you think he should have done better? Right? You make them come up with these things in their head and say, oh, yeah, he should have done this, he should have done that. But not when they themselves are currently feeling the emotion, right? You can ask them questions. What made you feel happiest today? What was the hardest part of today? What made you angry? Who made you angry? And whatever. And what did you do about it? You can talk to them about this, make them, share their experience. You will not always be with them, and you want to know how things happen, what they do about it, even when you're not there. But most importantly, I may never remember to say this, but you should always test your children. When you teach them something and you think they got it, test them. Manufacture situation. This is my secret weapon. I always manufacture situation to assess my children. All right, whatever I am teaching them. Because again, like I said in the last class, or like I tell many people that I talk to, I have curriculum for my parenting. So whatever we are teaching at that time, I would always test them on it. Like they will have exam sometimes they will know, sometimes they will not know. But I will always examine them. Like when I was teaching them safety, when we go to a place and you lose me or I lose you, what do? I have taught them what to do. And then I went to pick them from school and I just disappeared. Wanted to know what they would do, right? The first time they failed. Even though I have asked them and again, we have practiced again and again and again, when the situation actually happened, they failed. They failed. My son was walking around school looking for me. He was supposed to stay in one place with the receptionist in the school. The last place you saw me is where you go. I don't have to think. If I lose you, I know, oh, this is the last place I and my child met and saw each other. That is where it would be. You have to, that is a safety code. You have to know that this was the last place I saw my mom. This is where I'm staying until she comes. Even if a teacher comes to you and say, oh, I saw your mom there, let's go and meet her. No, my mommy has told me I will stay where I saw her last. She will come here and find me. That's where you will stay. They failed it. right? That's just an example for you. So you might have theoretically tell them, practice it with them, gist it with them, ask them the question, and they're answering it perfectly every single time. But when the situation happens, panic sets in. It happens to even adults. It happens to even adults. Maybe you have gone to learn CPR or whatever, or first aid, and then you see somebody in crisis in your home. Maybe it's your spouse or your child. You don't know what to do right there and then. It's like you don't know anything again, because now you panic. They failed the first time. I was surprised. I was disappointed. I was not surprised, but I was disappointed. Like, what? We have done this like a million times. How could you be going around looking for me? So I presented myself. I found them. So this was wrong. Not in the school, not immediately, because they were really perplexed. They were, what do I say? They were scared and crying. So it was not the time for lecture. We hugged them. Oh, you got lost. I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. When we got home and everything, it was about bedtime that I revisited that. So what am I saying? When you're teaching your children in emotional intelligence, or anything for that matter that is next on your curriculum, you practice with that. You teach them, you practice, but also examine that. Manufacture situations for them to practice what you have just taught them in practice, not in theory. Right? Okay. The 5th thing would be to praise emotional growth. So when you teach them, when you practice with them, and then you examine them and they pass, or you set a goal that we are going to set later today, and they achieve that goal. In fact, before the goal is actually achieved fully on the Parentfully app, each time they successfully demonstrate emotional intelligence, they successfully demonstrate a healthy behavior around emotions, praise them. Verbally praise them, not just good job. Mention specifically what you saw. I noticed that you told your brother how you felt instead of shouting at them. That was very good. Right? Oh, I noticed you took a deep breath when you were getting frustrated at that thing. That was good. That's exactly how to handle it. I saw you calm yourself down when I said no to that candy. I appreciate it. You were disappointed that you were not getting that right, but you kept trying until you got it right. That was very good, right? When they show resilience, show that they are putting what you have been teaching them into practice, acknowledge them every time. Don't ignore. Acknowledge it every time, right? And when they get it wrong too, don't reprimand them harshly. Just point it out simply. When this happened, you did like that. That wasn't very good. Next time, what would you do? Let them retell you, right? The more time they say it, the more time it sticks, right? So children repeat what they receive attention on. So give them reaction, give them attention on the good things that you see them do. Don't ever forget, don't skip it. Don't skip it. Notice it and say it. You don't have to reward them big. When they achieve goal, you reward it. Like, maybe the goal for emotional intelligence, as we are going to set up in a minute, is maybe say they get a trip to somewhere, or they get a bag, they get a scooter, they get a soccer ball, they get a free a yes day, whatever you have decided the reward is going to be. But to achieve a goal is not just that they answer a question correctly or they did it correctly one time. So before you say they have mastered emotional intelligence, it will be maybe they show emotional intelligence 150 times in 6 months or in 1 year, or you mention the number that you think is appropriate for your family and the number of time that you think is appropriate for your family. So each time of that 150 times, you praise them verbally. Make sure they know that you are seeing it, you're acknowledging it, you're proud of them. This keeps them going because they like to repeat that. In fact, I don't care what your age is. Even as us as adults, we still want to impress our parents now, right? We want to do things that our parents will say, ah, that's my daughter, that's my son, right? Let alone children. They live for it. They live for it. I'll tell you one secret today. If there is something I do not like that my children are doing, I tell you what I do. I will tell their dad if they do a tiny little bit. They did not do it, say for example, this is just an example because I cannot remember any incident I can really use right now. But for an example, if maybe after eating, they don't take their plate to the kitchen and it's something that has been bothering me, but maybe it is not time to handle it because we are handling some other things. Again, I don't overwhelm my children to learn many things at the same time. We take it one after the other. Please, I'm sharing this because I'm teaching you how to do that so that you find parenting easy. Again, remember, Parentsfully is all about raising thriving children with clarity and less overwhelm, okay? You don't overwhelm yourself, don't overwhelm your children with learning too many things or trying to achieve too many things at a time. Oh, my child has to do this, do that. They will just abandon everything to you and do nothing. And you will be frustrated. Oh, it's not doing this. Oh, it's not doing that. No. Everything you want your child to be able to do, to be able to achieve, write them down. You have Parentsfully. Go to the goal section. Write them down. Responsibility. Oh, should be brushing without me telling him. Should be doing this without me telling him. Or to practice emotional regulation. Write it down. Anything you want your child to be able to do, write it down and be taking it one after the other. Some things that are not related that can go together, or that are related that can go together, maybe 2 or 3, you can work together. You can work together 2 or 3 at a time, but not more than that, please. So, as I was saying, so maybe taking your plates after you have eaten or sitting still when you are eating. I want to use this because I remember last week somebody said, doing proper dinner setting. So maybe they're sitting down, they're moving around, they're doing this, they're doing that. Is the concern that we want to handle, or that is bothering me. If they sit still for 2 minutes, they did not sit still throughout the entire eating time, but there is a time that you just sit still for an extended period of time. I'll say that to her. Note that I noticed that and I appreciate it. And when the father comes back home, their dad is always, traveling for work and stuff. So when he comes back home or I'm talking to him on the phone, I exaggerate that. Like, she is the most calm person on the dining table. I said, oh my God, do you know what Pilar did today? I couldn't believe it. She's such a sweet girl. She sat still. She sat still for 5 minutes during dinner. Can you believe that? My daughter knows how to sit still on the dining. Oh my God. The excitement in my voice, in my body, the exaggeration for sitting still for 5 minutes, she'll be like, what? I want to see that reaction again. That's how she'll start sitting through dinner, right? Because she knows that, oh, this makes my mommy happy a lot. I do not complain. You have to be sitting still. You don't sit still. You don't sit still. Because see, that complaint, you think because I'm complaining, they know they're doing something wrong, so they will stop it. No. It reinforces it. They will think, oh, they already know I don't sit still. It's okay. It's okay. Because they are receiving attention from it. Oh, my mommy is seeing that I'm not sitting still and she's paying attention to it. So that's okay. I want the attention to keep going. But I will ignore when she doesn't sit still and exaggerate when she does. So now she's sitting still. Right? That's just an example I thought to use. So praise every single time your child shows emotional intelligence until they achieve the goal and then they get the reward for achieving the goal. Again, even the goal does not need to have a big reward. if that's not how you want it to be, right? It can be just the certificate. We have certificates of parenthood that your child gets for every goal that they achieve. They become master of things, right? So for emotional intelligence, for example, if they show emotional intelligence 150 times in 3 months or in 6 months, whatever you set, because what you want for your family, how you want to run your family is not the same as my parentfully is personalized. I mean, parenting is personified. Every home will not be the same. Okay, so you have that liberty to personalize it the way you want it. And then your child will get certificate of mastering it, right? Say, oh, he's a master of emotional intelligence, he's a master of responsibility, he's a master of financial literacy, he's a master of, I mean, the prestige for your child, even accumulating those certificates, we want them to continue to achieve more. And by extension, you are achieving your goal as a parent of raising a thriving child, right? So you want to give attention to where you want to be seeing more of those things, right? So raising resilient children, emotional healthy children without putting more pressure on you. Like we said before, the good news is that it's never too late. You can learn it as a parent. It is not too early to teach your children, right? And it doesn't require expensive programs or hours of work. It is done in everyday moments, like we have discussed, while you're driving, while you're cooking, during bedtime, car rides, during sibling arguments, during losing a football match. Maybe your children are much older, that's they are watching football match, or they play football match and they lose. How do they handle that, right? If they forget their homework, how do they handle it? If they are not involved, or they are not invited to a party, how do they handle that? When these natural life things happen, is an opportunity for you to teach emotional intelligence. And like I said, when you are currently working on that, also manufacture situations for them. Manufacture situations that would make them angry, that will frustrate them, that will make them disappointed. The more time they've experienced it, the better they get resilient on it, right? And be able to put what you're teaching them in practice. You don't need more parenting. You just need to be more intentional with your parenting, right? So if you're here and you have children that is maybe age 4, 5 and above, and you would want to set you want to raise emotional intelligent children, I encourage you to bring out your Parentfully now. Let's set up the emotional resilience goal together. Okay, I'll give a few seconds for you to bring out your phone, open your Parentfully. You see goal on the bottom tab, tap on it. Yeah, for example, we're going to set anger and disappointment as goals, right? Handling anger, that will be your goal title. Let's say handling anger. Okay, so you open that and go to emotional skills. Oh, I'm recording with my phone. I will not be able to show you. Sorry, but I can picture where it is and be telling you. And of course, you are seeing it, you'll be doing it. Okay, open your phone, go to the goals. You go to emotional skills. There are predefined data there. Check if emotional intelligence is in any of them. If anger and disappointment is there. If it's not there, you just tap on add and add a goal to it. You add the goal, you add the description. The description can be for anger, for example, manage anger effectively, can be your description. So we have a breakdown. The goal is like in a SMART format, though the specific is, for example, you can write however you want. This is just an example for you to know how to set the goals. So the specific would be when my child is angry, when he's angry or when she's angry or when they're angry, they still behave appropriately. That'll be the specific, the S part of it. So the SMART, the M in it is measurable. So that is where we're going to break it down. What is appropriately to you? What do you want your child to do? So you write this one by one. What do you want your child to do? When my child is angry, I want them to say, I am angry. I want them to move away from the thing or somebody that is annoying them or that makes them angry. So they are not tempted to punch, right? Or to hurt them, to shout at them or whatever. Move away from the person. So the first thing is to say, I am angry right now. I am going away. So you say, I am angry right now. I'm going to step away for a minute. So you move away from the person, separate, right? And then the next thing is, depending on their age, if they're like 5 and downwards, you can say, find an adult and tell them you're angry. So somebody knows what is going on with you and offer you support, right? You write it there, come to find me and tell me I am angry. That'll be the third step, right? And then the fourth step is calm themselves down. So when they come to tell you, or even if you're not there, when they move away from that person, they go to sit down. They do not have to do anything with their anger. Feelings pass. The feelings come and go. Even if it's happy, you're happy right now, the happiness will still subside. If it is anger, the anger will subside. If it is sadness, the sadness will subside. Emotions stay only for a brief time and they pass. Okay, so when you write that on the measurement, this is what your child does. And then on the achievable is where what are you going to do to support your child in this journey of emotional intelligence? So what you're going to write in the achievable is, I'm going to teach my child how to label their emotion, right? What it means when you feel like this. I'm going to teach my child what to do with their emotions. I am going to demonstrate in my everyday life how to handle emotions. And when my child makes a mistake, I'm going to calmly redirect them. So this is what you are going to offer your child to support them to achieve the goal. That is the achievable part. Then the relevant is why is that important? So emotional intelligence is very important to overall success of any individual. That is why it is important to begin to teach children. And whatever we experience from birth till age 11, stay with us forever. Because this time, our brain is rapidly growing. That is why you see it is very difficult for grown-ups to learn some certain things that is behavioral, that is like, that you will say, oh, that is how this person is. That is anything you say, that is how this person is. It is because they have not learned that thing, or they have learned that thing before the age 11. It has become who they are. Around this age is when we form who we are. If you are kind, if you are gentle, if you are aggressive, if you are whatever you are, it is at that time from birth to 11 that you are formed who you are. Anything from there, you have to do your own inner work yourself. Your parents have helped you to form who you are. And then when you grow up and you think, oh, I do not like who I am. I do not like how I was raised. I do not like that I am so aggressive. I do not like that I have anger issue. I do not like that I have this. You have to now do tedious work, because then your brain has fully developed. To change a fully developed brain to something else is extremely tough than when your brain is malleable. You know, you can mold it, you can form it to the way you want it. That is why parents are so important in children's life, because you are able to mold who they become. Even if your child is naturally angry, have anger issues, you can help them, reshape them, during this phase. When it passes that phase, it becomes harder. All right. So you write that on the relevance. It is important. Emotional intelligence is important to their overall success. That is what you put there. And then below that, you will now say the time frame. How many times do you think you would be satisfied? You will be satisfied or certain. How many times would your child demonstrate emotional intelligence in situations for you to know that my job is done, my child is emotionally intelligent? 300 times, 500 times, only 5 times, 20 times, you decide. You write it there. And this 5 times or this 1 million times is in what frame of time? Would you say, now my child is emotionally intelligent? You put it there. For example, 150 times in 6 months or 150 times in 3 months. For my son, he is a very emotional person. Like, he can have emotional roller coaster 5-6 times in a day. So for him, it was 150 times in 3 months. If he could demonstrate emotional intelligence 150 times within short 3 months, he has passed emotional intelligence. He has not passed that. We're still working on it. He has not passed that, but he has demonstrated a lot, but he has not achieved that goal. He has improved a lot. So with this, I can know how he's improving. I can know how we are doing, right? I can know how we are doing. So this is how you set the goals. And when you set it on that goal path where you are right now, you choose your child's name. If you have more than 1, 2, 3, 4, even if it's just one, you'll see their face there or their name. You choose that this goal is for this child. You can choose 2 or 3 at a time if you're setting the same goal for multiple children. Like, I know Ya has 3 children that I saw today. All right. And you immediately go into their profile. So when you see, or they came home and tell you, for example, like what we are currently working on alongside emotional intelligence for my son is self-respect and solution finding. These are the 3 things we're currently working on with my son. So if he finds a solution, he will say, oh, mommy, this happened, and I think it was a problem, but before I complain about the problem, I provided a solution. So this was the solution that I provided, and I noticed for him on his app. Or I tell him to take the iPad and put it there. So he'll put it. Out of 101, since we started, I think we added that last week. He's got 12 now, or 13, 12 or 13. So we are seeing in real time how he's progressing in things that we need to know. And we are working on 3 things, despite that I have a whole list of things that he needs to work on, that we need to work on, that I need to teach him. Some of the things I just have to teach it. It doesn't have to do anything. So it will not. Some of the things will not make it to his profile, but it's still on the app for me to know that. Before I used to use a spreadsheet, but now I have parents release. There is no stress of spreadsheets anymore. Oh my God, right? And it's easier because he can see his own progress too. He's excited to do things. And my daughter too, she also has the solution thinking thing. And she's always very excited that she found solution. Oh, mommy, first things that they would have bothered me with. Oh, mommy, but this, mommy, but that. I have to think for everybody or prompt them to think. Okay, so what do you think about that? I don't know. Maybe. No, I don't. If they come up with, mommy, maybe. Solution finding. Or after they have tabled the problem, I say, okay, I hear problem. I didn't hear the solution. Again, these responses, I put it on parentfully. So I know this is what I'm saying. This is my phrase every single time, right? So from the 1 to 3 days that we started, I had to say this phrase to them. I hear problem. I didn't hear solution. So they have to remember, okay, we discussed this, right? And then they think solution. After like the 3rd or 4th day, I did not have to say those phrases anymore anyway. And I don't get problems anymore. I'm just getting solutions. Oh, mommy, there was a problem. This is the solution. Mommy, there is a problem. This is the solution. There was a problem. This is the solution. Okay. Right? I am excited because I can see it in real time how we are progressing. How I am not guessing, am I doing parenting right? And they are excited because they can see their own inner work too. It's not just mommy giving us instruction. You have to think, you have to think. No, they are excited about their own progress too, especially because there is also reward at the end of the tunnel, right? So they're excited to keep at it. So for this goal that we have set, you're not just going to set it for yourself to know and be tracking it. You're going to call your children and have a little family meeting with them. Say, okay, I have learned something and I want us to use Parentfully to track it. You are great children, and I think that I need to teach you how to be emotionally intelligent. It is important because it would help you succeed in your adult life, even in childhood, right? It will help you make good friends and manage your emotions. It would also help other people not to control you, because people that cannot control their emotions, other people just have to put their emotion button and they will lose control, right? Other people will be controlling you, right? So if you master your own emotional control, you would be in charge of yourself. Nobody will be mumuing you around, right? You will not be doing follow. You will be a leader of yourself and of other people, right? So you make the meeting with your children like this. So this is what I expect you to do. And then you teach them about anger, about disappointment. When you feel disappointment is normal. Even me as your mother or as your father, I feel disappointed when I don't get what I want, or when you do this, right? Or when this happens. And this is how I handle it. So you as a child, this is how you're going to handle it. You're going to give them the words to use. You're going to give them the actions to use. You teach them and you show them where you set it up on Parentfully. So every time you do it, I'm going to click this. That means 1 out of the number of times I'm supposed to do it in this number of period. And if you achieve this goal, I'm thinking, what would you like to take? Allow your children to be the one to set their rewards. It's more exciting. They're more likely to follow through with achieving that, which makes parenting easier for you when they take ownership, because now they will take ownership of that and begin to follow it up, right? So that's what we're going to do, and that brings us to questions. So if you have any question with what we have discussed so far, we have spent 30 minutes above. Okay, we started later too, so that's okay. So if you have any question for me, please bring it on, and then we call it a day. You can open your speaker and ask me the questions. Gomda Aisha, thank you for joining. Bajoma Olajumoke, I see you too. Jessica, my sister, thank you. I see you. And yeah, thank you. If you have any question, please go on.
For younger kids that are maybe below 2, I wonder what would be the approach, especially when using the app. Although I have started, but I haven't started really following it so much, because he's just 19 months and he's talking in the background, Sissy. And so just wondering how to I know I've started teaching him to identify emotions, if he's angry, but sometimes you just feel I don't know if it's getting it. I don't know. So I guess how to really kind of maximize his age right now and know when to, because it seems like a lot, so know when to start and all that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your question. Because your child is under 2, there is no need, but you can set it up just for yourself though, but there is no need for parents to set it up on Parentfully for him, because Parentfully is for children that are 3 and above that can participate, that they are the ones that needs to participate. But in this case for you,
Okay.
And like I said earlier, emotional intelligence, you can teach it to children even from infancy, right? But it is on the parent. It is on the parent showing and managing the child's emotion, right? So when your child is, say, upset about something, maybe when they are hungry or they want something, and your child is going to be too soon. Oh my God, this is the time. Welcome. This is sorry, they just came back from swimming and she came to kiss me. Okay, this is the time that is she might be most annoying, 2 to 3, right? So she's coming to the time where you have more time to show her what emotional intelligence is and demonstrate to yourself. I mean, this is the time that she's going to even stretch your own emotional intelligence, right? So it is for now, from this stage until 3, 4, it is the time for you to show, right? So when your child is showing emotions at this stage, it is usually sadness and because you're leaving or something. Yeah, it is anger because they cannot get what they want or they cannot reach something, you know. So when that happens, you model calmness in such situations. If they could not get something, it is okay that they don't get it. Don't try to go out of your way to make sure that they get what they want or what they're crying for, right? But you be there to suit them so that they know, oh, this is a safe person for me. So as they continue to grow, they know that I can express all my emotions. Also, when they express emotions, like, you know, for your baby right now, it's mostly cry. You just be there. Don't say, stop crying. Oh, you're disturbing me. Stop crying. No. Say, oh, I'm here. Oh, I know you're upset. This will pass. You know, your words, what you continue to say settles down in his brain and it calms down. Like for my daughter, when she was that age, until now, even, see, hugs and kisses does it for her. Hugs and kisses. When I don't care what is happening in the world, if the world is crumbling, if I carry her and I call her sweet names, oh my beautiful baby, I am here. Mommy is here. Just hug me. It's okay. It's okay. It will be fine. It will be fine. The problem is solved. I don't care what it is, right? So if you are at an advantage because your child is very little, if you continue to do like this for your child, they would settle. Like, you know, you will not need to, if you will not need to teach, you know, like trying to correct. Your teaching is not correct. It is building, right? So they will settle, they will grow into that emotional intelligence, into that emotional safety. So what I will say to you is demonstrate to him. Is a he, right?
Yes, a boy.
Good. So demonstrate to him that this is a safe place for all emotion to be expressed. So don't complain about his behavior. I know this age, you know, scattering the house and all of that. Oh, the house is scattered now. Oh, all of that. He might not be able to express how he's feeling except to cry, but he's settling in his mind and he's knowing that it's not safe to scatter things around here. It's not safe to play around here, right? So don't complain. Just redirect. Carry your child. Oh, this is not to be here. This is to be there, right? So use direct languages. Don't use frustration to communicate with him. Let him feel safe. That is all you have to do with your child right now. And as it grows, then, you know, you start seeing how he expresses his emotion and you just gently redirect. And because you have been modeling, like for a long time, my son does not know how to get angry. Because as a 2-year-old, then we traveled to Spain. We were alone with myself, my mom and him and my daughter. And then COVID happened. We were not interacting with anybody. I was not angry with anybody. So he doesn't know any anger. He doesn't know how to show anger. There was no opportunity for me to express anger, right? So the first time he would be angry at somebody when we return to Nigeria. The first time you would be angry at somebody, he went all out. He was screaming and punching and doing like this. I'm like, what? What is that? Right? So I had to hold his hand together on his body like this and hug him. I say, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was just saying it's okay. It's okay. I was just saying it's okay. It's okay until he calmed down. Right? Until he calmed down. And then we started from there. And at that time, it was now about 3 ongoing 4, right? That's when we started this, emotional intelligence with him. For my daughter, we started much earlier because, the situation was normal, you will see people and all of that. So, and then because he has a brother, they will fight over toys and stuff, so she is able to settle more into the things. But for, so for your situation right now, it's just showing, modeling, and bringing your own calm. So right now, the work is on you to do your inner work, be emotionally intelligent, and support your child. That's it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Does anyone have any more questions for me?
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, my sister. How are you today?
Yes, I'm fine. I actually came late, so I really don't know. But with the question she asked, I think I should be able to get 1 or 2 things. My question is this.
Don't worry, we were able to record today. My phone is up here. I'm recording. I will share the recording. If you're in the group, you will get it.
Okay, there's no problem there. Okay, my question is this. My 3-year-old child, I realized that she can easily be lured. Let me use that word. Because sometimes I test her. I'll be like, if you want me to do this, okay, do this. Even if that thing is not pleasing to her, she will want to do that thing. And I'm looking at a child that is still growing. Like, if someone outside should tell her something like that, she will go all out to also do the same. So I don't know. How do I help her come out of something like that? Could it be something I was not doing right, or I don't know?
No, you're not doing, it's nothing that you're not doing right, but I will say please stop doing that because she's just a 2-year-old. Okay. Yes, for a child that is like 6, yes, after you will do that because you have taught them how to react to it, not just do it out of the blues, because they will say it as something that is normal because, oh, my mommy used to do this. Right? That means you're training your child to be easily manipulated, basically. And that is not what you want. So you want to stop that because your child is just 2. They do not understand the concept of manipulation.
Okay.
And if you are doing that, their brain will just normalize it, right?
Okay.
So first of all, you want to stop doing it. And because you have noticed that, I mean, it's nothing to notice because it's just 2. Every 2-year-old wants whatever they want. So however they will get it, however they will get it, they will get it. So if you say, that's why I don't encourage people that say, say using bribe to tell your child to help your child to brush or do something. Or if you go and do this, I will give you candy. If you don't do this, I will don't. No, please don't do that. It's not a good way to discipline. It's not a good way to bring up a child, right? So you stop doing this method with her. And because she's 2, even it's very dicey. Just all that in. Again, you have parents fully note that in there. Okay, put it in the goals so that you remember to continue to watch out for it as she grows, at especially at age 4, for example, right?
Okay.
Where you can actually teach, say these things, that when somebody does this, don't do this, right? Every child, I mean, at this age, it's not that she did anything wrong, because she doesn't know.
Okay.
All right. She doesn't know, and she doesn't have the capacity to even understand if you explain.
Yeah, that's true.
She doesn't have the capacity to understand yet, but by age 4, she will begin to understand. And every child is like this. If you say, if your child wants a candy, you say, go and bring me that thing first. If you bring it, I'll give you candy. She'll go and bring it because the only thing they are thinking of is to get the candy.
Candy, yeah.
So whatever situation you create around getting that candy, they will quickly go and do it to get that candy, right?
Okay.
So you just stop doing that. And I think if you are not doing that, I don't believe that they do that in school either, then she will not have many chances of, that behavior continuing.
Okay.
But even at age 4, a child that is not intentionally taught not to do that will still do it. But that will now be an opportunity for you to teach the right thing.
Okay.
Right? I say, no, see, this thing that just happened should not happen. Even if you really want it, but somebody put a condition around what you want and say, oh, if you do this for me, then I will give you this. Don't do it.
Okay.
If you want to say, oh, can I get this? And they give you, that is good. But if they say, I will give you, but only if you do that, don't take it.
Okay.
If you don't take it and you come to tell me, because again, children can be funny. If you say that, they will take it and pretend like nothing has happened. If you tell your child, if you want something and somebody puts a condition on it, don't take it. If you ask me, I'll give you double of what you want. They will never take it because now they want double.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So as they have more opportunity to practice, and now this is now when, if you have taught them already at the time that they can understand, after you have taught them for a few times, maybe say 5 times, you have said it, you have practiced it, now you can test them. Right?
Yeah.
But no testing until age 4, because they will just normalize it. They will not know it as test. They would, you're just going to be messing them up. Until age 4 and above, you're not testing them, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. So if that is all, we have spent enough time here. I apologize for the timing. The time was supposed to be 7 o'clock Nigerian time and 2 o'clock my time, EST. But last week, I got the time confused, thinking it is 3 o'clock my time, that is 7 o'clock. And that affected us today too. So from next week, please, the time is 7 o'clock Nigerian time. That's going to be 2 o'clock EST, which is my time. I know Jessica is in Canada too, but maybe our time is also different. Canada can be funny. So 7 o'clock EST is the time.
EST as well. So I think we are
Yeah. Okay, so we are on the same time. So that will be 2 o'clock, not 3 o'clock like I thought it was, please.
Okay.
It will be 2 o'clock EST and 7 o'clock WAT, Nigerian time, okay? Thank you so much, guys, for coming. I just remember now that I promised you checklist. I'm going to send it to the group, say on Monday. I'm going to prepare it and send it to the group. There was a checklist we talked about last week that I was supposed to send into the group. I apologize. I'll prepare it. It's a life skills that our children are supposed to have or that we should look out for. I wanted to create a checklist so that we would have that and maybe put it on parentally and be checking them off one after the other. Thank you so much for being here, and do have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.